and welcome to the final race of what has been a fantastic debut season of SLR's Tier 2 division. With the driver's title settled by McLaren driver Satoshi last week, in which he won in convincing manner at Suzuka, you'd be forgiven for thinking that there isn't much to play for. However, we have 4 drivers fighting for second and third spots in the championship, and then there's the small issue of the constructor's title. Sauber sitting currently in P1, but could lose it to Haas or McLaren, whom are closing in tightly behind them. Joining me in the coverage of all the action today is the colourful Spaniard, that Bants.
Jeremy just got disqualified. He was waiting for people in the pit lane and he got black flagged for it. Hi everyone. What a great start to this qualifying session. Beautiful introduction, by the way, Tipsy. I hadn't heard that yet.
Did it come through okay? I think my mic might be a bit playing up.
Oh, that's good. That worked out. So Jeremy doing a last to first challenge. We should talk about that actually, shouldn't we, as we're at the start of qualifying new people. I don't know exactly who. I know one is Jeremy, USRL Jeremy. Of course, a very valued member, because he has 2SRL in his name. No bias.
Yeah.
But
I had a little bit of input with Jeremy getting the seat. To be fair, he did well to the point whereby he asked me if I can ask for a seat, and that's what I done. That's about as much input I had there.
Yeah. He hooked him up with the seat, I see. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go on board with Cats as he goes P6 over here on the super soft tire. What are the strategies for this race? It is one stop. What I know.
Yes, from what I remember, it's a one stop. Yep. Can I just touch on what I was saying in the intro there about what's to play for? So, as we all know, Satoshi won the title last week, whom is racing today, but second place is currently held by Boneless. However, we are in fact boneless today, as he is not here. So his second place is hugely under threat.
That was terrible.
Well, it wasn't implied. It wasn't intended to be a joke, right? It was off the cuff. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Just continue, please.
Okay.
We'll forget that happened.
Right. Well, Keyboard Magnuson, Motocrosser, and Pretorius, all of which could jump bonus to get P2. So there could be a good shuffle here around for between second and fifth place in the championship. And then, just as I was saying about Sauber is sitting currently at 143 points, sitting nice and pretty, but right behind them is Haas with 138 and McLaren with 129. So, like I said, there is still a lot to play for, and hopefully we get a bit of action today.
Oh, and guys, don't forget to smash that MF like button. Enjoy the stream, even if you don't. Smash that. Really need them to survive. I don't know exactly what that does, but everyone else does it, so smash that, okay? Do it. Jeremy, that's incredibly unlucky, so smash the like button. Tipsy, your mic's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of feedback from people who are watching the stream saying that the mic sounds terrible.
You can move the mic a bit further away from your mouth. Try that.
Okay, I think I might just need to get a new microphone if we are to be retained for season 2.
Oh, someone's left a dislike. Understandable.
Oh.
I bet that was because you said that boneless joke.
Well.
So that's your fault, Tipsy. Yeah, I think you were just a bit too close to the microphone.
Okay. Hopefully it didn't spoil the intro, because I worked hard on that.
No, I think you're understandable. Maybe it was a bit
bit distorted more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Shame. Oh well.
Katsune says you sound okay now, so I assume the microphone quality is fine, but she doesn't understand what you're saying.
Ah.
Neither do I, to be honest. I just go, uh-huh.
Je peux parler français si tu veux.
Deutschland.
I also noticed that the boss man himself is racing today, Mr. Ocean Chief. It's a welcome surprise to see him in Brazil.
Dude.
So what do you reckon, Bants? We're usually pretty good at calling these. Usually, pole position and race winner for today. What do you reckon?
Ooh. So I've given up on Milos.
Yeah, I think most people have.
I will give pole position to Keyboard Magnussen.
Ooh.
And I'll give the race win. Let's do Silver. Silver will get the race win, why not? He's at the back right now. He's not had the greatest of races so far, but he used to race in Tour as well, and I know that when he wants to, he can be quite quick. What about you?
To be honest, man, I'm looking down the grid, and there are obviously some notable names there. Vinny, Keyboard Magnussen, Pretorius, even GK Projects, great motocrosser, Satoshi, of course, to name a few of them. All those guys are quick. Even Icewind is actually quite decent. If I remember, I think was it last week he came, was it third? I honestly don't know for qualifying. It would just be more or less a stab in the dark. You can't discount Satoshi at the moment. He is the drivers' champion at them as well, but I haven't seen him in Brazil, so I don't know how strong he is. Oh, I just seen Icewind lost it on the main straight, Bants.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, the car's gonna come around, and I can hopefully see him in the shot.
His car's just parked. Where's it parked?
Oh
under
yes,
the bridge?
it is, isn't it?
I think it may have been intentional.
You think? No,
Yeah,
no way. I mean, he's P2 right now. I'm sure, unless he doesn't have another tire to sit on. In which case, fair.
But no, I think Keyboard Magnussen is a good shout, even though he is currently in P1 at the moment. I think it's a good shout. But though Vinny and Pretorius might get it as well. The race win is a tricky one, I think, to call in Brazil, because so much can happen in that first corner on the Senna S corner, turn 1. I mean, that's the main overtaking spot. It's also one of the main spots where you get a lot of carnage. Yeah. I can't call it, man. Do you know what? I want to wait and see who gets P1 pole position, and then I might have a better idea who will get the race win from there.
Okay, fair enough. The German chat believes it will get the race win, which I pressed the doubt button, but hey, I support you anyway, Jeremy. Just yeah, we'll see. Maybe you can do it. I don't know, but I'm gonna vote on Silver here quite boldly because you know, why not?
I mean, winning from the back is not impossible. But it's just highly unlikely.
He's not done a lap yet.
That's true.
So I reckon he's just waiting to do a single run when tracks will rub it up. So,
no, I was more referring to Jeremy, actually.
Oh, you're referring to Jeremy?
Yeah, I was saying that it's not impossible to go from disqualified from qualifying to race win. Not impossible, just highly unlikely.
Ah. Jeremy not very happy about the things I said. But that's unlucky, I suppose. That is just how that goes.
I just seen Katsune saying in chat, she says, yeah, I don't think you're going to get pole now, Jeremy.
Yeah, basically.
Difficult, especially when he's disqualified. Yeah, basically.
I mean, I feel him in that, though. Like, I had the exact same thing happen in, was it SLR, where I came out the pits and I saw cars coming on a lap.
Yeah.
And so I decided to slow down in the pit. No one was behind me in the pit lane or anything, so that I can wait so these guys can have the lap. And then the game decides that you know, letting the guys do the lap is not possible, so you get black flag for it. Because it just thinks you're trying to hold up the pit lane, when obviously you're not. So
Yep. It's happened to me, yeah.
yeah.
Although, I know we're making a bit of fun with Jeremy and poking fun with him, but in all seriousness, Jeremy is a good racer. He's got a good lot of pace on him.
Yeah.
I think where Jeremy lacks, I think I have said to him before, is maybe his consistency or maybe the temperament for a long race to maintain that. Again, there's that old word I use all the time: consistency. To be consistently lap after lap is probably something we work on, but definitely Jeremy's a good racer, so
Yeah,
I will
absolutely.
I will expect to see him move up this leaderboard very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like when I'm doing my prediction, I'm not saying that no one else has a chance to do anything, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you know, I'm also not exactly voting for the safe options or anything, and I'm just doing a shot in the dark. And I think Silver is someone who I know for sure has a lot of potential, but I don't know what's really been going on there. So, we'll see what's gonna happen.
I've raced Silver quite a lot in the SLR, 2RS, I can never remember that. What is it, 2SRL League? Yes, I've raced him quite a few times. I do like
It's good
Silver,
that
he's
you remember that now. It's only been a year and a half.
Yeah, I've only been there since like the dawn of the freaking league. But anyway, Silver is a very good racer, so I think it's a good shout, although he needs to get a time in to give himself a better chance.
I don't know if you'll get that reference, but Steppa said, when's the clan race starting? I don't know if you get the reference, but that's very nice. I bet a handful of people will get that in chat. That's a good one. Anyway, so what do we have here? Satoshi qualifies 5th on the soft tire. Only 4 seconds, 4 tenths, not 4 seconds, God bless. But only 4 tenths off pole position at the moment. Hey. So,
oh flip! I just alt and tabbed out there to check the chat and I missed that. Silver sitting P1.
Yep.
You might be right, Bants. Oh my goodness! You probably didn't get that in the stream, but I was just on board with Mozzie. Did you see that?
Oh, with Mozzie, I thought Silver, because Silver just had a moment as well.
No,
but he's not in his in-lap anyway, so...
No, Mozzie was coming up the hill for the main straight, but he was obviously coming into the pits, but he seemed to miscalculate how much speed he was carrying, and he just missed the pit wall.
Really?
Yeah, just skimmed it. Oh my goodness.
Gonna go on board with Motocrosser for this lap. Because for the first through, admittedly quite tricky corners in this game. Of course not a laser scanned game, so some of the corners are not quite what you'd expect them from the real thing. And that's one of them that's just a little awkward. But a good line through there as well, so far on a pretty decent map. I would of course commentate a bit more with the corner names, but as everyone knows, I don't know any of them. You know what I could do actually? I could have on my other screen, I could probably on my phone have like the tracks open and the names of them, and then in qualifying I just go through one of the laps and I read off the corner names every time they go through them, so everyone thinks I'm a fucking pro.
You are a pro in my eyes, Bants.
What?
You are a pro in my eyes. So this P1 position is really hotting up at the moment. A lot of people guys setting times. I mean, look at the gap from 2nd to 4th. I mean, it's nip and tuck.
Indeed. I mean, nothing against Silver, but I need Magnussen to get this pole and then Silver to win this race. I mean, that would be amazing if this actually happened now. I love that.
I mean, it's not a misguided or a naive assumption, you know, or shout out what you're making there, because Magnussen's very capable. Silver is very capable, but if it did come true, well, that would be some shout. Well, it's definitely not going to be Vinny, as Vinny has retired at the moment. P3 motocrosser might jump him though. So who's going to finish their lap first? So Silver's coming up the hill now to finish his lap. Is he going to improve, or is this actually his out lap?
What we're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at Silver to see if he's finishing his lap. Is he? No, he's starting his lap. So Silver's just starting his final lap. Keyboard Magnussen's also behind him as well on his lap. So we're going to get these results in pretty quick. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, Keyboard Magnussen was on his lap, and he's currently
get in then.
By what's that? 400ths of a second, is that?
Okay, Silver, I appreciate you, but please don't finish it up. I need this prediction to come true.
This will be such a prediction, man.
Yeah, I need this right now.
Oh, do you know what? I think you might be right. Silver has just completely...
Oh, yeah.
He's
yes, he has.
Oh, he's running wide. I think you just... A motocrosser has finished. I think you are bang on, Bants.
Ah, mate. Well, but that's only halfway through. I think betting on Keyboard Magnussen is not the ticket here. I think if it starts like this and Silver finishes the race in P1, then that would be quite something. And does he improve? Ah, and he does improve anyway.
How did he do that, man? Did you?
I don't even know.
Some of those corners he was taking was, well, in my view, it looked like he got them wrong. He ran too deep in the first part of the chicane. He ran too wide in the second part.
Clearly, we don't know a thing about racing.
Oh, my goodness, and he didn't beat them by just a little bit. He had quite a margin there. Just over about three tenths. Whew.
Yep.
Although maybe Bants, you got it actually the opposite way around. Maybe Silver gets the podium on the qualifying, and Keyboard Magnussen gets the win.
Hey, I'll take it. Oh look, they're both flexing their gold ranks.
Oh. But you look at that, P1 and P2 are quite a gap to, what is that, third and fourth?
Yes indeed, Satoshi as well. 7/10 behind. I don't think
Satoshi's on the soft tire.
Yeah, I don't think even with the super soft tire he would have really been ahead a whole lot, honestly, because I don't think the pace difference on the tires is that much more than those 7.5 tenths or so. I wouldn't think.
I wonder what strategy Satoshi's plan is. Is he planning soft to super soft, doing the reverse? Because I imagine most people will do super soft to soft.
It's possible. I think in general he's just on a bit of a yeet strategy now because he he's won already anyway. I don't think he's really too bothered about his results here for final race. So he's probably just experimenting, checking out what works, what doesn't for next season. Provided he races it. I mean, I know he said he wasn't going to, but I don't believe him.
He'll be back. He'll be back. They always come back. If we let them. Just seems to be a wee bit of a delay at the moment for everyone loading up.
Yep. This what I think it is.
Hope not. Please don't. I don't want to see migrating host or whatever it is at the bottom of the screen. Please no.
I think the fact that who's hosting the session?
I think it's Pretorius.
We've done it.
I was a bit touch and go there for a moment.
Yeah. I was about to pull out my pro jokes. but we'll leave that for another day.
I think you find it quite a job trying to top my boneless joke, Bants.
Oh, you don't know. I'm known for my terrible joke.
Hey, I just
That's
actually
probably not a
noticed.
compliment. What?
No, I just noticed Wallow's here. He mustn't have taken part in the qualifying.
He hasn't. No, he just joined in mid qualifying, I think.
Yeah, Wallow is quite a recent discovery. I first seen him in a practice session in SLR and said to Chief, give that man a seat. The last couple of races he's been in, he's been fantastic.
Dude.
Incredible pace. And a fellow Spaniard, Bants.
Yeah, I've talked to him in chat quite a bit, like in private messages. Nice fella. He's
Yeah.
into us early
Yeah.
now as well.
Oh, good. Another person that we're going to have to
Jeremy
fight.
just gets disqualified again, no problem. As Dead Pixel is sideways, I assume Dead Pixel and Jeremy had something going there, and that's why that happened. So, nothing like that. Guys, before the race starts, again, smash that like button. Because,
Give it a smash!
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 I don't think a whole lot will happen. But there's only one way to find out. Jeremy got disqualified for going too slow.
Wow.
Which is a legitimate thing. Also in real F1, you're not allowed to go too slow.
Even Chief hasn't got that disqualification yet, and he is Captain Slow. But I think we better get ready here, Bants. I'm expecting a little bit of carnage. Turn 1. So everyone jostling for position, Bants. I'll leave it over for you to take it away, the man with the control.
Alrighty. Gonna be quite a start, I think, already. As the lights do go out with a little bit of delay. And the cars do, see, they do go away in the end. That's fantastic, isn't it? And they head down to turn 1. I don't know why I'm so far back on the camera right now for some reason, but the Force India of Silva fighting with Keyboard Magnussen there, losing the position to Keyboard Magnussen. That is the exact opposite of what my prediction is supposed to be, so please take that back. And as we go through, we have a couple of major position changes as Silva goes wide and gets overtaken by Vinny and the Haas for P2. So quite a hectic start here so far. Silva going down 2 positions from pole. If we look further down, we have a couple of other changes, including enemy killer as well, that not had the greatest of starts. Although I'm not completely sure what did happen there. And Jeremy's now last. Oh.
Yeah, I was just running on board with Jeremy. He actually got a pretty decent start, but coming into turn, what was it, 2, turn 3, sorry, down the hill, Dead Pixel seemed to brake quite early. Jeremy got caught out, and front wing damage. Oh, enemy killer's really sending it at the moment against Jeremy. He got that one wrong.
I'd love to have a look at that, but at the moment, I'm having a little bit of a look here because the top 3 really are not giving each other a whole lot of space at all. It's quite a bunch up there still.
We've got a Ferrari spun at the back, cursed. Bit of contact with a couple of drivers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
From what it looks like, it was a Toro was fighting with a Mercedes, and then yeah, there's quite a bit of an action going back here. Bants from 15th back.
Yeah, it has been quite the clan race so far.
I mean, I'm completely missing that, so I'll just let it go.
Yeah, interesting start though, I have to say. What's going on here? Hold on. Intervals. Okay, now they're good. Yeah, I mean we've got the top 5 really hanging together quite neatly at the moment. Ooh, as Vinny has a bit of a moment there out of the 10 S's thing. I promise, guys, I haven't pulled out the website with the track name yet. But so far, Silva a bit on the back foot. man with the keyboard leading away the field, TipsyBob.
Yeah, just running on board with Jeremy at the moment, and I think he did get a bit of wing damage. He seems to be understeering quite a lot, but then he's oversteering as well out of the corners. I think he's a bit too keen on the throttle, but he's up the back of Ocean Chief at the moment as they're battling with Wallow. It's definitely heating up at the back. Oh, also Tats is right on the back of Dead Pixel as well, further back.
Oh, and we'll have a little bit of a moment here with Vinny and Keyboard Magnuson.
Oh, we got a yellow flag in
Oh, and we're gonna have a 3 wide moment down turn 1. As they yeet through it all together. Vinny taking P1 and Keyboard Magnuson dropping off to the side. He's now in P5, dropping a huge amount of positions out of that one turn. What exactly happened there? Looked a bit pushy, but that we will leave to it. Well, it is now Vinny leading this race ahead of Silver. Motocrosser right behind them. We haven't really mentioned him so far, I think. But he's done a pretty good job. So far as well as he bangs his front wing off, I believe. There was a bit of carbon fiber that came off. I don't know if that was visual damage or actual damage to the car.
Virtual safety car, Bants. I think I know what it was for. I just caught the tail end of it. Who was it? It looked like GK Project and Crimsonen were coming down the main, not the main street, the main street after the Senna S's. And I got the tail end of it. I think Crimson went to the inside of GK Project. There was no room. They touched, and Crimson just basically DNF'd because of it, or crashed because of it. So I think that's what the virtual safety car is, although the virtual car safety car has ended. So we are back underway. Oh, Shoes trying to get around Blendervink on the S's and loses out. Oh, but Blendervink cuts the corner.
Just a quick mention with Motocrosser going into the pits and fitting a new front wing, so he definitely did get his car damaged then. So this virtual safety car was probably helping him at least a little bit with getting his pit stop out of the way.
Blendervink and the Shoe are really battling hard here. Blendervink's defending well though, for the moment.
And by the way, just a little word, it seems like Cursed DNF by himself as he was on cold mediums. He didn't, he underestimated just how little grip he would have, and DNF'd.
Pretorius got the DRS on Satoshi Bants on the main straight, so he's probably going to go for a move on the Senna S's.
Yep, I'm going to push back, boys in front.
Oh, no.
What have we missed here?
Oh no, my goodness.
Gosh, with the time penalty. What happened? What on earth happened here?
Yeah, so Pretorius from my screen, although there was a wee bit of lag as well, but Pretorius went down the inside of Senna S's, and his front right came into collision with Satoshi's rear left, and they went off. It forced Satoshi off track. That's where he got that penalty, so that might get removed by the FA.
Yeah, sorry, I missed a little bit of action here as well. I was trying to figure out what happened with Keyboard Magnuson then. A little bit of strange stuff going on. I don't know exactly what the game plan is here. But we missed a little bit of a fight with Vinny and Silva on the last stream, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I'll stick on with them for a little bit now. I know there's a lot going on through the field, but there's unfortunately only one view we can have at a time.
Yep.
As Silva gets a huge amount of slipstream into turn 1 here. Gonna send it the long way around, and he gets past easy peasy. What a stream he had through there, didn't he? That's a big speed difference between those two cars there. But Vinny now having DRS after the Senna S's, and he's gonna go for another move here on Silva and push the Silva off the track there. Not the nicest of things I have ever seen. Not leaving a whole lot of space for Silva there, but he resumes the lead of the race.
Got Mozzie Gaming is right on the back of Iceman at the moment, although he doesn't seem to be able to get the move. Of course, they're approaching a mini train at the moment behind the Ferrari of Enemy Killer. That's a good thing about Brazil. It really throws up an awful lot of action and a lot of overtaking, and you don't normally see. It's not so much a bore fest where the cars just kind of just follow like a train. There's always a bit of action. Oh, his Tats runs a bit wide. Icewind gets a good run on him, so he's probably going to get past them on the DRS.
Additionally, we'll have Silva now with DRS. And he's definitely going to go for a move here, but he's going to go for the outside as Vinny has gone defensive and he squeezes him a little bit off the track again. But this time quite a bit cleaner than the last time around. So Silva stays in P2, definitely fighting. He's really wanting to get this track position right here, right now.
Enemy Killer seems to be struggling at the moment. He's driving almost like he's got front wing damage, although I don't see any damage. He seems to be understeering quite badly as he gets a 3-second time penalty just as I say that.
For corner cutting?
Yeah, it seems like it. Keyboard Magazine's just getting a move done on him
we'll
as
have
well.
Silva here getting a move done as well on Vinny. And he's going to try and go around the outside once again. However, the problem for him is going to be that there's going to be DRS on Vinny now, the car behind. So unless he goes defensive and really keeps his line, and he does go very, very defensive here, he's going to have a very hard time. Although he moves back to the racing line and then proceeds to get pushed off by Vinny again. However, Vinny this time doesn't really get much of an advantage over him, and he keeps his car in there. So he's going to be on the inside for the to turn after that as well. And they go side by side through the entire thing. And Silva does edge in front as he brakes later. But then Vinny tries to go around the outside of him there. Oh, this is quite some good racing, let's be honest. But very unexpected. Before that, they were really, waiting for the DRS zones and getting each other on the straights. But it looks like they've both had enough of that. And they're really fighting each other in the corners. Great job from both of them. That is some good racing. I was honestly expecting that after Silva got the move stuck around there that Vinny was going to wait. But instead he goes into the pits.
Oh, we've got a 3-car battle, 13th, 14th and 15th, my goodness.
Oh yes, we do, don't we? Oh boy, and it looks like they're going to try and go down at least 2. Oh, and they crash into each other there. Understrated just about got that on stream, but I don't think I quite saw what happened there. At least not enough to comment on it, but there was definitely contact between two of the drivers.
Yeah, Motocrosser must have front wing damage. He must come into the pits.
Yeah, there's definitely some damage on that.
I suppose if ever you're going to get it, it wouldn't be such a bad time to get it because he's going to come into pit anyway, but yeah. He definitely does have front wing damage. He is struggling for grip. Oh, and Mossy looks like he lagged back there. Oh, Motocrosser off track again with that front wing damage. Yeah, that's going to jeopardise his chances for the final 2 podium spots in the Drivers' Championship.
Yep, he was having a fantastic start to this race. Really running at the front. Of course, it all went downhill for him. So that's definitely not good to see. If we look further up though, we see Satoshi, the Drivers' Champion of season of Tier 2, who is in P4 on the soft tire. Now fighting with Shu, who I believe just got past him.
Yeah.
And he's on the exact same strategy as him. And Silva gets it. Silva, I am vouching for you big time. You can't do this to me. You need to win this race. Yeah,
that 3-second time penalty could prove vital in deciding the race winner today.
Yeah, it really could. Especially without the DRSs on his track, it's not incredibly difficult to stay behind. as you have in front. So if whoever ends up being P2, of course, assuming Silver is on P1 by the end of the race, if they know about the penalty situation, they have a good chance of grabbing this.
Although Silver is still stretching that gap between Pretorius. I'm just seeing there, it was at 4 seconds, now it's up to 5. So he's still got a lot of pace in those 11 lap old Super Softs.
Yeah, too right. Oh. They're ref glitching there. Done. Abracadabra. Pro tip for everyone watching, by the way. And to tap back in. The way to fix the ref glitching, usually, it didn't work now, of course. Pretty much 9 out of 10 times, tapping out and back in will fix the ref glitches on all the cars. Just spectating. It didn't work here, so we're just gonna stay off cam. Than that.
I'm not sure what's going on in 7th and 8th at the moment. Kiwari seem to have let Icewind past, and then Icewind let Kiwari pass from what I've seen, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Team orders across different teams.
Although, I mean, it's a bit academic because Icewind's going to get the DRS on him anyway, so...
Yeah. Ooh, and he's really got some other speed going in there.
Yeah.
Taking inside for turn 1. Bit of a yeet through there. Quaddy makes a complete mess of that.
Yeah. It looked like front wing damage.
Yeah, I mean, at least visually, it doesn't seem to have any end plate damage or anything. His wing looks completely fine. So, I don't know. Well, up front, we've got the soft runners kind of dominating the front. What I find interesting, though, is that Silver is still out on the super soft tires. Everyone else that started on that tire set has pitted. So he's got to be boxing any time now. And as he's staying out for yet another lap, I don't know exactly what the goal is here, but, you know... Taking those super softs out that long will require some tire management if he wants to see any benefit in that whatsoever. I mean, he's definitely aiming for a one-stop.
Yeah, Satoshi's also came out of the pits with the mediums, so he must be doing a one-stop off as well. But I thought he would have maybe is this a one-stop race, Bants? It's been a while since I've been on Brazil. I don't.
I mean. We talked about it earlier about how it is a one-stop race, but kind of rethinking it, from previous league races, I find getting the one-stop was definitely possible, of course, but it wasn't very straightforward. There was some time management involved, and you had to be careful with your tire selection. Of course, Silver going quite overkill here on the super soft tires. Yeah, I mean, you can see that with some of the other guys, probably going soft to medium. Those, I would reckon, are safe one-stops. As Silver does pit now, and does he get himself a speeding penalty? No, he doesn't. Was a bit worried there for him for just a second, and I'm gonna tab out once more. Prix, the F1 gods. That has now been fixed, and he fits on soft tire. And a new front wing. Ooh, what happened there with the camera? That was terrible. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sorry for that short black screen there, but that's just to fix the sounds in the game. Otherwise, all of the onboards will just sound very, very rough with the engine kind of repeating itself. And Silver and ooh.
Yep.
Spicy here with Pretorius and Silver. Silver's really going to have a problem with this now because he's been out with the super softs very long, so his lap times can have been the fastest out there, and he's gotten a front wing change, which I'm not quite sure when he got that damage, but yeah, I mean, we're just going to assume that he knows what he's doing.
Vinny's also being held up by Bants. This is affecting his race position. He's behind
Oh
this
yeah.
train of second, third, and fourth at the moment.
Yep.
And they won't be easy to pass because the three guys in front of them, although they are on considerably older tyres, they are quick drivers.
Yeah, this is only going to help Silver, definitely. I mean, well, actually, maybe this will get very easy for him now. If anything, he might be insanely lucky to get ahead of everyone just here. Oh boy, and he goes 3 wide into the corner. This cannot end well. This is going to end in tears. And somehow it doesn't. Somehow this works out. I mean, the cars went off track, but that is the very minimum you would expect from something like that. Going 3 wide in that corner. I mean, 2 wide is already a bit sketchy. But 3 wide into that corner. And somehow no one seems to have gotten any damage.
Well, the biggest loser there, of course, was Wallow, but the biggest winner is Icewind, because Icewind was sitting, fourth? Now he's up to second, and he's been freed behind the older tired guy, so he's taken off in the distance now. So Vinny's going to want to get a move done on Blindervink, although they've been battling quite a lot, these two, at the start of the race, so I don't think Blindervink's going to make this easy for him.
Yeah, we'll have Vinny going in for a blinder pass as well. But, oh, blinder brakes really late and doesn't even any opportunity to overtake. Yes, a good defending from him there. Really getting Vinny, you know, on the back foot there. I don't even think the DRS is going to be a huge help to him. Unless he wants to go for a bit of a dangerous lunge, which of course wouldn't be in his interest anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blender there with some pretty decent defending. But it's going to be crucial, and Vinny goes for it now. As I was about to say, it's crucial for him to try and go for an overtake there as Blinder tries to go through the inside. Seems to think differently of it as he goes onto the grass. That maybe that wouldn't have been very clever.
That gave Wallow a great opportunity to make the move done on Blindervink, and he gets it done. Whew. Quite a lot of action. It's hard to keep on top of it all as Jeremy gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yep, he does.
So Silver is on the back of Shoe at the moment, and he's on the DRS zone, so possible move for P5.
Yep. Silver now moving into P4. Because of course the other car has just gone into the pits. Getting a few comments about getting excited at the overtakes in the chat by Hugo. Sorry, man. It's as Kitsune says in chat, I'm just passionate, right? That's all it is. We're going to be looking a bit at Keyboard Magnussen. He's not completely out of this either. He is on the medium. For 12 laps now, so he's not going to the end, is he? He's not going to the end on this. Sorry, he's going to obviously pit once more, but I don't think he can go to the end on the... What tire can he go on to? Hold on, how long do the mediums last? So...
Oh my goodness. What, 20?
He's probably going on the soft, isn't he?
So who are you talking about here? Icewind?
Keyboard Magnussen.
Oh, I think Keyboard Magnussen's
going on to soft?
No, I think he could be attempting to the end, is he?
Got Silver ahead of Shoe now. They're gonna put on a charge to Vinny. A lot of time he lost due to the front wing change. So he's definitely gonna be on a charge now to regain his position. Of course, Vinny at the moment, realistically speaking, is in first position. Icewind still has to pit, that's for sure. Thing is, Vinny will have to as well. Won't he?
Yeah, I would expect Vinny to pin one more time.
Man, I think maybe we'll just have some people shaking their heads about how inaccurate our strategies are here, but there's definitely a reason why Silvers was out so long on those super softs. He's definitely trying to make it a bit more comfortable for him. later stages of the race.
Yeah, Vinny, he could push that out to about 17 laps on the softs, which will bring him up to lap 27. So yeah, he'll probably switch to the super softs.
Yeah, we got some chat from Hero who says it's SS2M or SM. So obviously Silver's done SS, S. So I don't know what the goal is. I assume he's aiming to go into a super soft set after that then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, well, I'm saying you can expect Vinny to come in lap 27 at the most for the super softs.
Yeah, that's about right. Who can we go on bowl with? Who do we have look at the moment?
There's not much to happen at the moment. I'm actually looking down the wall and there's all these pretty healthy gaps between everyone, so...
You know what, just for Jeremy, I'm going to position. He has the smallest gap of the car.
Yeah.
No, he would appreciate a little bit of stream time. So just for you, Jeremy. But as he fights his teammate, Muzzy Gaming.
It's always nice to get a bit of stream time. Get those sponsors. Let those sponsors get a bit of advertisement on their cars. I think I remember reading from something a couple of years ago that Petronas for Mercedes were complaining about not getting enough coverage in the Mercedes because they were just so far ahead.
Right, yeah. I think that McLaren did as well way back when they were winning races. So we got here Jeremy.
Yeah.
Probably going for an easy overtake because he's on significantly faster tires at the moment. As they've both, they're both pretty fresh out of the pits, but on different sets. So Jeremy definitely going to the end here. Doubt about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What I'm wondering is, I mean, I can't imagine Silver is not going to try to go to the end with these soft tires because I can't see why he would be out on those super softs that long. If he didn't try this, I mean, if he's gonna double stop, then that wouldn't make sense, would it? Like staying out on the super softs that long.
Well, look, he's on lap 7 of those softs. I reckon you could get about 17 laps on them. I've seen guys do it, push it to 17 laps.
Yeah, but those are for one though.
Yes, I know, but that would, if he was gonna do that, that would bring him up to lap 32, which means he needs another 4 laps. It's possible he's going to try and go to the end in these softs, but that is risky.
Yeah. Quite a bit with Kilo Magnussen fresh out of the pits. Last pit stop. He's in P11, so not where he wants to be at the moment, considering where he started.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if Silver goes to the end, he'll have 21 laps done on the softs. I don't think you can do that, man, on softs, unless you can. I don't know, but he risks a puncture, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe we're a bit wrong. I think soft tire probably, has a bit more durability. Probably aren't right now. Thinking it has. My memory is terrible. I'm just going from previous league racing experience. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably likely that he's going to pit again, and I find it funny because we're probably butchering it, and later in the SLR Discord we'll probably have a couple memes about it, about just how much we're butchering the strategy right now. Although we're having some people in chat also speculating about it, so I guess we're not the only ones who are unsure about what exactly the intent is yet. Yeah.
Blindervink, sorry, Keeper Magnussen sent it on the inside of Blindervink and he gets almost half spun. So Keeper Magnussen went for a move and Blindervink, Kawadi gives him the move position back, so Keeper's going to get another go at Blindervink. I'm liking how Blindenfink's driving today. Well, more how he's defending. It's really formidable. It's strong. It's not all over the limit, I don't think, and I am enjoying it. It's kind of reminds me of myself a little bit. It's like really, really, really difficult to pass. Oh, has he got it done this time, Keyboard Magazine?
Yeah, very sensible though. I mean, he did used to. Ooh! He did used to race in Tour Sorel.
Yeah.
Many moons ago. So I can confirm that his racecraft has improved quite a lot from what we've seen this race.
He was in a race recently, Bants. I think he must have raced as a reserve, and I was really surprised at his pace. I mean, he was one particular race, I can't remember which one it was, but he was on fire. Although he hasn't seemed to recover or found that pace that he had in that race, but as you say, his racing ability and racecraft has significantly improved.
Just looking. I mean, if we look at the top couple guys we have here, I mean, we can definitely see that the guys buying silver, they're not going to stop anymore. Guys on the mediums, they're going to the end. But now the thing is, silver needs 3 seconds to the second position in order to win this race because of his penalty, assuming that the second place doesn't have any penalties. Now, at the same time, people in chat are saying it's virtually impossible that seemingly the strategy he's trying to do is going to work.
Silver's strategy.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see how it's going to work.
So, you know, he's going to have to stop again, very likely anyways, in which case he's going to drop back a lot of positions, and he's not regaining those at this stage of the race. But if he stays out even, he's going to, I mean, he can obviously manage them a lot and get to the end. That is definitely possible, of course. But, you know, what speed are you going to do that? You know, you're going to be crawling at that rate. And he doesn't really look to be giving in a whole lot at all on these curves, on these corners in general. So it remains to be seen what exactly the idea is.
He is, of course, extending his lead at the moment on Shoe. But as you saying, he's really trashing it from what I'm hearing. I'm not watching him. I'm on board with another guy, but he kind of faces a little kind of a conundrum, so to speak, because if he wants to have a chance of winning on a better set of tires, then he would need to try to think about pitting like very soon, rather than running the softs to the end of their life, because then he'll not have much laps to make up that time. So if he's going to pit, he would need to think about pitting anytime now.
Yeah, now, definitely. I mean, at this lap he would want to just zoom in.
Yeah.
And get it done with, because...
and then he gives himself a bit of time to recover the time. Yep. But like I'm saying, if he runs it to like lap 15, 16, 17, then he's not giving himself any chance to... If he does pit, he doesn't give himself any chance to recover from Shoe and Pretorius. And plus...
Motocross is all out of shape there in turn 1. He spun out. He's out of the race. Sorry, continue.
No, I was just saying, not only does he have to then try to recover those positions, but he also has to cover the 3-second time penalty that he's got, because from my knowledge, the other boys don't have a penalty as of yet.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think I've seen any of that yet either. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, even against what Hugo and a couple of other guys are saying in chat, I would really honestly guess that his objective is to finish on the set, because... You know, why would he still be out? Now the question is, of course, is this a smart thing to do? Another thing, someone says in chat, why is he on 100 ERS? I don't think he is. I think that's a bug. Play bug. What is he doing? Yeah, I mean, I was assuming that the ERS is bugged, but maybe it's not. Oh, hold on, I think I might know what's going on. How much is it draining? Wait, what?
Got a virtual safety car, Bants?
Yeah, we do.
I think it might have been caused by Wallow.
This is definitely going to help Silver if his quest is to finish on the set, because now
Yeah.
he has a little bit of time where he doesn't wear the tires quite as much. But yeah, Wallow has passed away, so F's in chat for him. And also smash the like button.
Of course.
Smash the like button at Wallow's expense, guys.
If you like Wallow's DNF, smash the like button. If you liked Kurt, smash DNF.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hey! Oh no, what do you call it? That's alright. I was going to say there Silver was extending his lead under the virtual safety car, but it has already ended, so...
I mean, I'm having a look at the ERS now. Trigo might have a good point about why he's not using his ERS. I believe what it is that he's going on to overtake hot lap on the straights, but in any of the corners he turns it down completely just to avoid just a tiny little bit of wear he's going to get
Yeah.
the high-speed corners. I assume that's it anyway. I don't see any other reason why, unless for some reason it's bugged, but usually when it's bugged it's you know, it's topped out at like 100 or 99 and it's just wobbling there, but it's going down. So Tips, what do you see on his ERS right now?
Where is it?
We're in the corner now, so it's fully charged, but
100%?
yeah, once we're going to the straight, tell me if it changes for you,
Okay.
because usually it's a client side.
Well, while we're waiting for him to on the main straight, it is also worth mentioning that he is still consistently stretching that gap. So we're coming onto the main straight now. Yeah, it's starting to, well, just a little bit actually.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, it's starting to deviate now, the RS, but not by much.
Not by much.
Then it's fully charged when he brakes, yes. So he is obviously managing it.
Hell? Is this the thing? Is this the thing people do? I mean, maybe...
What, would manage the RS like
No,
that?
but yeah, like that, I mean...
Yeah,
don't you use a lot more on the straight when you have overtake on?
Well, for me, I know whenever I reach the slow corners on a lot of tracks, I would turn to my ERS to low. Sometimes I would even turn it off as well. So I think it is a known thing to do that.
Okay.
And I mean, at the moment, he has no need to really use it up because he's maintaining that 4.85 second gap. Of course, that's only about a 1.8, 1.7 gap because of his 3 second time penalty.
By the way, for everyone, the reason mainly what we're speculating so much right now is because nothing else is happening on track, so we're just trying to keep things going, okay?
Although you say that, but Vinny's right on the back of Satoshi with DRS.
Yeah, and I'm on him as gonna go for a bit of a move. Of course, his tires are in much better condition right now, so he's probably gonna be able to tuck in here, turn one, and just move out, disappear in the distance.
Oh, does Satoshi got a good run on him here?
He did?
He's
Yeah. Ooh, and he kind of really tries to block him maybe a little bit too much there. But somehow they survive. I'm a bit surprised by that.
Yeah, you want to be careful running that close to people because, as we know in this game, desync is a real thing.
Indeed. Ooh, and they touched Martin. This is a clown race if I've ever seen one.
My goodness, these guys are battling really hard. Vinny wants that position. Satoshi is refusing to yield, as you would expect from a world champion.
He wears it proud as well, doesn't he? And,
yeah. In case you didn't know anyone. He's
yeah.
I can just imagine how frustrating that must be for people like Vinny and all behind him. World champion! Here comes Vinny.
Ooh, they're gonna go side by side through here. Vinny really having a big struggle getting past Satoshi here. On the medium tire, so He's definitely going to be able to get past him here. You'd expect him to. Hopefully not push Satoshi out. No. Tucks him behind him.
Satoshi's letting him
The
know.
world champion!
From the world champion. Satoshi's letting him know why he's the world champion. Of course, assisted by Potential.
Yeah, and he taps him on. His front wing's done. Oh my god, and this is a bit of clumsy fighting here. And the side by side, they're pushing into each other clearly. This is a Hugo Dead Pixel kind of situation. Yeah, and another thing to mention, Hugo says in chat right now, is Silver's definitely staying out. Now, the interesting thing that needs to be mentioned is that the gap's increased by 2 seconds since I went off board with him. So it looks like he's about to clap some cheeks. Is one thing we can say about that. Now, in which case, well, the prediction, unfortunately, will not be perfect because of Keepot Magnussen. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, these guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is gonna end in tears. I give it half a lap.
This is getting nasty now. Some of the driving here.
Yeah, guys, you are on the broadcast. Be careful with what you're doing.
The world can see you.
Yeah, the world can see you. The world champion getting past by Vinny there. To turn 4, I believe it is.
Yeah, the first clue there was how tightly Vinny passed him on the main straight. I mean, he could have given him a bit of room, but he made sure to skim past him. It is something I have done in the past, just to make it clear, I'm going past.
Yeah. As Hugo says in chat, I saw wing fly off Satoshi, by the way. Yeah, definitely. I think we commented on it as well. He has a lot of understeer now. Not quite able to keep up with Vinny. Ooh, and he makes a bit of a mess of that, trying to over push there. So that he is in fact the world champion. Now, one thing which could potentially happen with Silver here is
yes, Mr. Bants.
getting a puncture on the last lap.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Force India there from Blinderwing, who's just retired. I didn't even see that in the chat. I'm blind.
Yeah.
You haven't either, so it's okay. I won't take the blame for that. What on earth has happened there? In any case, a strong race from him, I think, when it comes to his racecraft. I think pat himself on the back there. I think he's definitely made a pretty big step forward, so credit to him.
I was watching him for quite a good bit of the race. I think a bit of the two SRL McLaren's skills have rubbed off on Blinderwing a little bit there, Bants, I would say. But but to comment on what you're saying, it's what I was saying earlier about Silver, that this strategy he's on, that yes, he could effectively run to the end, which he is going to now, we know this, but he is massively putting his race at risk with a puncture. 21 laps is what I said he's going to be running on these. He's on the lap 20, so it's a no-brainer now. He is going to the end, obviously. The question is, will his tyres last?
Yeah, I mean, he's managing like crazy right now. I mean, he's turning everything down. He's trying to preserve his rears and his fronts, of course, as much as he possibly can at the moment. So, ooh, and he gets a bit of a moment there. Might that be a puncture? It might not be. Okay. Well, he needs to be careful with that, because assuming that his tyres are as worn as we think they are, if he has a bit of a moment, his tyres is definitely getting punctured. From what I can tell, the way this game works is after 75% you're in the puncture threshold, and it's just about how much load you put on the tyre in a corner. So of course, if you half spin or something, you basically, you know, puncture the tyre directly in that case. But otherwise, if you drive really carefully, you can take it to really high 90. I mean, we had as we head to the last lap, by the way, here with Silver. Yeah. We're going to be a bit nervous now.
Well, actually, while you were explaining there about, you know, the puncture threshold, was constantly watching the Delta, and he is slowly dropping time to shoe, and I think that is more, as you were saying, he's just literally nursing this car.
Oh yeah.
Trying to just coax it around, praying he doesn't get a puncture, because this is his win. A few more corners and he has got this.
Yep.
As long as he just doesn't overdrive the car.
Although if he does get a puncture now, everything's over for him. So very, very thin lines he's going on here. Danny asked in chat what happened to Satoshi. He got front wing damage and was understeering into everything. So he got down quite a lot. Got his front wing changed.
Yeah, but Silver coming across the line, Bants.
Indeed, nothing's going to stop him now. Oh, and he just still weaves around the corner though. He's not too bothered about what happens to the tyre at that point. And he crosses the line in P1 after penalties. He stays in front of Shu in second position.
We've got a fight for P5, P4 with Icewind and Vinny.
Oh yeah, we do. And this could be really close. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, really close there. But he was just about a pass width, length behind him there. So very close. But no cigar. Toshi, the world champion. Have we mentioned that yet? He's the world champion, guys. Finishes in P7. From fastest lap as well from Satoshi # world champion. Good job here from the world champion. I think. Yeah, that's it. Everyone has crossed the line apart from Dead Pixel. Off there in the background and P15.
So I'm not really sure at the moment in terms of the final standings for the constructors. So I don't want to say, but I think there may be a change. Might be a change. So has the Haas finished higher than Cyber? Let's see.
Oh, quickly as well, Silver says in chat, huge congratulations by the way, first of all, but also he apparently finished with 73% wear on his tyres, so definitely managed a lot. Done what Hugo thought was virtually impossible. But yeah, he managed that throughout the whole race. Silva, I just want to let you know, assuming you didn't watch the stream towards the beginning, we were made to do some predictions. I actually predicted you would win this race, so you did. So congratulations, I'm quite proud of that now. Who would have thought that quite the race that was. Oh, walking.
Just forgive me for the moment, Bans. Just doing a bit of calculations here. I think we may have a change in the title for the constructor.
Scroll down the standings here for everyone to finishing positions.
So by my quick calculation, Bans, I think Haas.
At 1 point.
I think Haas are constructors champions with 165 points, and Sauber on 151. So a last-minute change. McLaren don't really improve that much more. I think they stay on third. Yeah.
Boy, yeah. Satoshi says he's here as always. Very nice. Silva, for you as well, if you'd be interested at all. Would love to have an interview with you as well. Race winner. But meanwhile, we are going. Welcome, Satoshi. First, I'm going to put on my professional graphic. So, Natsu greets you.
There he is.
Carry this one away, Tipsy. Hello, Satoshi.
Welcome, Satoshi, our world champion. How did that go for you? You seem to have quite a battle with Vinny, and it was getting a little bit tasty near the end whenever you got your front wing damage. Do you want to start from there, or where do you want?
First of all, it was my strat to start on softs. I was pretty surprised that it went pretty well. But literally the whole lobby at the beginning was a legit lag fiesta because everyone is lagging all over the place, especially Pretorius, who was the host. on the beginning, I think it was lap 5 or something like that. I've got punted at turn 1, and I've got punted and I cut the track, and I've got a 3-second penalty for that, and then
Yep.
I've hit Pretorius for that, and my front wing is gone. So of course the tires were overheated. Then I was planning to remove it, but I saw that Vinny was coming, and when I've lost the front wing against Winnie, and I was just absolutely furious, and I hoped for a podium, to be honest, because this is my favorite track on the calendar, and I'm super disappointed about this result. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I did see that incident that you're talking about at the start. I can't remember exactly the detail, but I did see someone went for a move on you and hit your rear. I think it was your rear left. But regardless, it forced you off track, and then whenever you returned, you got the 3 seconds. So I'm sure if you upload that to the FIA, they will probably remove that for you.
To be honest, it doesn't matter. I won't get any positions, so I guess, because let me see. I don't think that I can get the P6, so no, I wouldn't get it because I had already one penalty, so it doesn't matter, to be honest.
But it still doesn't change the overall standings. You know, you're still the world champion, so that won't make a big effort, big change.
To be honest, I would be so happy that I would finish in the podium. So
yeah, well, it would have been a nice way to finish the season and your title by finishing on the podium, but it's just one of those races, man, where Brazil does throw up an awful lot of incidents like this. It was just unfortunate that you and Vinny met at the stage of the race you did, because neither of you guys are going to give up the position, so it was natural that you both were going to fight.
To be honest, it doesn't matter, because every other week I just get punted somehow, and just I lost the what is it called? Let me just one sec. Let me think. What should I say?
Is it you lost the will or the desire?
Yeah,
the motivation.
Something. Yeah, thank you, the motivation to race, because yeah, and at the beginning of the season I felt I was like, nah, this is a random lead that I have fun at it, and just it doesn't matter wherever I finish. And when you know, as I've said in the previous races, the turning point was like France or maybe Silverstone, but I think the switch point of the season was France, where I finished 4th. But it was the first race where literally everyone was getting promoted to tier 1 ahead of me. So yeah, and I don't know, to be honest. It would be super good if like every week I finish 2nd or 3rd, because if doesn't matter, to be honest.
Well, you're still the champion of the SLR League, man. Yeah. So it was like I said to you before the last time, but it was a pleasure commentating on your races, and hopefully you do change your mind and you'll come back for season 2 in the 2019 game.
I don't know, to be honest. We will see.
Okay.
You'll be back.
We will see.
Well, thanks for the interview, Satoshi. You got a few other guys lined up, so we will say thank you for that.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to race in this league, so thank you.
Okay, man. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye, man. Who have we got next, man?
Who have we got next? I know Icewind wants to have a wee little look in here. I don't know about Silver's still here. We'd still love to have him on as well. But we're gonna move in Icewind, and he can tell us everything about this race.
Me?
Hello, Icewind.
Oh, hi.
How did that go, man?
Say it went kind of what I expected. I knew I wouldn't have that pace I had in Suzuka, but yeah, I think I was relatively competitive, but I have no idea how those guys up front made a one-stopper work. There's just no way that would have happened for me.
Yeah, I was actually commenting on your pace last week in Suzuka. I was really impressed by how fast you were, and you did seem to be struggling in this race. But I think overall your racing was actually quite good. Your racecraft was quite good, and you were also able to capitalize on quite a lot of incidents that were happening in front of you. So you still positioned yourself in the right place to get the maximum out of it. So I mean, yeah, like I said to you the last time, on your last race, you should still be proud for what you did, because you did do a good job.
Yeah, it went quite well. I guess the maximum would have been one position higher because I got a stop and go penalty for my second stop, which wasn't obviously very
Yeah, I think that.
ideal, but yeah. And 0.093 or whatever I was behind Vinny in the end, but yeah. Well, shout out to the guys in the top three, and especially Shao. We had a bit of a tactic discussion before the race, so we decided to go on different strategies so we don't block each other in the pits or something. And I was happy to go with the two-stopper because there was just no way for me on the mediums.
No, I think it's a good idea. Funny enough, I was actually going to say in the during the race that one thing that I've seen, especially from racing as well as commentating, is you don't actually see an awful lot of actual teamwork, like two drivers literally working together. Now, Bants and I, we from season one we worked together, but you don't normally see it. So the fact that you guys were planning a split strategy, I think it is actually good for the team. So I say fair play to you. More of it, hopefully.
Yep. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that, but yeah, not as spectacular as I was in Suzuka, I suppose. But happy with this anyway.
There's always next season.
Yeah, and I guess it's the next game as well. So
that's right.
Maybe I'll start on an equal footing. Like everybody else has been playing this game for 8 months longer than me, so.
Well, I think with the pace you had in Suzuka, if you play this as much as the other guys, you would be in with a shout for winning the title, because you definitely have the pace in you.
We'll see. Chief has been threatening that he wants to throw me into tier 1, which I don't really know about, but yeah.
Well, I think that's a fair comment from Chief. I think you probably could manage it. Maybe just a bit more practice to be more consistent. I think you could probably manage well in tier 1.
Yeah, I think this race was pretty much as good as it gets for me, except for that fucking stop and go. But yeah, I don't remember doing a single mistake in the race, like a real mistake. So, okay,
yeah, I didn't see any from you. I mean, I was scanning through everyone. I didn't see any except just the 5-second penalty speeding the pit lane. I think it may have been.
Yeah, that's right, on the first stop, so.
Yeah. Other than that, it was a pretty good race from yourself.
Yeah, I think so. And I was the winner in many of those struggles. I saw there was 3 cars in front of me. I think it was Vinny. Was it Vinny? No, I don't remember. Vinny and 2 other guys, and everybody went wide, and I overtook all 3 of them. So that was good.
Yeah, I actually have that on record. I think we actually got that in the stream too. I was saying the biggest winner was Icewind, because you were in P4, I think, and then suddenly, because you were held back behind the guys on slower tires, and of course they were so close, it made it difficult for you. But then after that incident, you just took off and just left them for dead. So that really worked out wonders for you.
Yeah, it worked well. But yeah, I guess sort of the same thing that the top 3 guys today, they were just, I don't know, phenomenal. I don't know how the hell did Silver make his sorry swearing here, but I think Silver made one stopper and super softs and softs, and I have absolutely no idea how that's gonna happen. But
Yeah, we were actually discussing that quite extensively, as well as people on the chat and Discord about his strategy, and it was pretty high risk. I was saying he should have really, if he was going to pit, he would have come in around about lap 11 on his second stint, and whenever he didn't, then it was clear he was going to the end. But 21 laps on the soft tire in Brazil, that's some management. But I mean, he also had to manage a 3-second time penalty, so he did do a fantastic job of it. I think that's why Bants wants to get him on the interview, but I don't know if we can get him.
Okay, well, let's hope we do hear from him.
Okay, man. Well, thanks for joining.
Very impressive thing.
Yeah, I would like to hear his side of it and how he managed it.
Yep.
Well, thanks, man, for coming on for the interview.
Yep. Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Okay, man. So who? Oh, Silver wants the interview, Bants.
Or does he?
Do you want me or do you want you?
Hold on. Coin on the General 2 and the 2S channel arena. That would be great. Pop in there and I can move you on. Oh, Silver.
Hello.
Here he is.
Speaker.
Bonsoir, Silver.
Yeah, it was a pretty hectic race, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's first of all talk about how on earth you were able to do 21 laps on the soft tire.
Yeah,
You had us.
I practiced some laps before, and I knew if I could go long with the suppers at the beginning, I knew I could end with the softs. But I was struggling a lot with the suppers because I had front wing damage with the virtual safety car. I think Vinny brake checked at me.
Yes.
Because motocrosser behind me was also in my back. So I had to change my wing at the pit lane. I think I didn't really lose time. I had a pretty good pace. But at the end of the softs, I was struggling a lot. I had 73% at the last corner. I was managing a lot. The confusing thing was I was following the stream during the race. And I saw my battery wasn't really go low on stream, but on my screen I had like 30 or 40% on the main straights. So I don't know what it was. Also my tires were like clean on the stream. On my screen they were they were completely gone.
Yeah, we were watching your ERS, and it was, you seem to be managing it. Maybe you can give us more of an insight. What we seen was on the sector 2 and sector 3 on the twisty parts of the track, you must have had your ERS switched off, and we only seen it going down on the main straights. Was that what you were doing?
Yeah, for the main straight I was really using the ERS for the top speed. For sector 2 and 3 I didn't really put it off. Most of the time I think I used medium. It was enough for me. I didn't really use that much on a straight line, so it wasn't really hard for gaining it back. I think I managed really good for the softs at the end. I was really scared because I knew I had a 3 seconds time penalty, and the guys behind me were really pushing at the end. I really wanted to win this race.
It was looking a little bit tasty with you. I think it was you and Vinny. You were fighting hard, and he was also fighting hard with Pretorius. But you had some great battles going side by side right round sector 2. I thought that was fantastic. Fantastic racing from your.
Yeah, at the beginning, I think Keyboard Magnussen pushed me wide in turn 3. So I lost like 2 or 3 positions with that. So I was behind Vinny. He pushed me 3 times there wide as well. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't go more to the inside or something. I didn't had a warning for that, so it's no problem. I think we had a great racing on track.
Yeah. Well, as Ban said earlier, he had predicted Magnussen for pole, Silver for the race.
Yeah,
he got one right.
the stream at the qualifying, and I heard Bants saying that he didn't want me to go on pole, but I was
Yeah.
stands up, so I couldn't I couldn't let it happen.
Yeah, I was disappointed then, but you made me proud then anyway. I just about sneaked that one in there for the finale. It was a
Yeah, we
good
were
way to
watching. We were watching you. Although I was on board with your lap, I think Bants 2, and it looked like in sector 2 you got it wrong on the stream anyway.
Yeah, I was
But
stands up. I went wide like 2 or 3 times. I didn't know that I was still 2 tenths up. I was coming behind the last corner, and I saw I was still 2 tenths up, so I gave everything to the finish, and I was on pole.
well, pole position in the race win and a fantastic bit of management, man. I think you were definitely the standout driver today, so fully well deserved.
Indeed.
Yeah, thanks.
Have you anything else to add, Bants? Anything you'd like to ask our man Silver?
Not a huge amount, but yeah, I mean, really, just great race. I had a lot of people. We had well, not a lot was going on in the race. We were really talking a lot about like what you were doing with your strategy, and we've had a lot of stuff in chat about how that would be virtually impossible to pull off, and there's no way to go to the end like that, and then you did. So
Yeah, I was really scared.
we believed in you.
Or losing too much time to the second.
Yeah, I mean, I saw. I mean, definitely for the last lap or so, you were really taking it easy, really easy. Stopping that tire from popping. Easy to do in Brazil.
Unfortunately, I had a 3 seconds time penalty. I took my 2 warnings pretty quickly in the beginning of the race. Yeah, I think I took my penalty in lap 10 or 11. Was pretty unfortunately, but yeah, was my own mistake.
Oh, all that matters is you did get the win in the end. So
Yeah, the last race of the season too, so that's usually what people remember.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Very nice.
Well, thanks very much, Silver, for gracing the airwaves with your interview. We really much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes,
Pass
yeah.
the mic. And also Tipsy, I think we have to go to the other server real quick because Stu wants to be one last interview. So,
I think Blintefink wants to.
Oh, Blindevink does as well.
I think so. He's asking. He wants fame.
Oh, is he still on the server? Do we? I think in any case we should go to the other one real quick. Well,
Everybody wants to talk to us, Bants. Saying everybody wants to talk to us.
Of course, can you blame them? No, anyway, let's go to the commentators booth real quick.
Just like that, we get transported.
Just like that, yes. The technology. Right. Telling Shu to come into one of the channels on SLR. Go. Oop. Oh, Shu.
Hey, can you?
Sorry, I need to turn you up a bit there. Then hello.
Okay. Is it better?
Yep, this is good. All right, Tipsy, far away.
It's a little laggy for me at the moment.
I think my connection is a bit shit, but I think it's stabilized.
So Shu, Icewind was telling us that you were doing a little bit of team orders and a bit of team strategy there, which I think is actually a good thing. And as I was saying on the stream, I think more teams should do it, work like that. But how did your race go, and how did you find the last race of S?
It was pretty good race for me actually. I think I started 18th or something because I had a qualifying ban from Japan, which I don't agree with, but whatever. So I decided to go onto the one stop from all the way back and cut my way through the field and ended up in second. So pretty happy.
You didn't get any penalties in the race, sure you didn't.
I think I got one warning. That was it. So nothing else than that. So pretty clean.
Yeah, it was a good race from yourself. I didn't actually get to see much of your action. I don't think. I think you, unless I'm wrong, did you not have a pretty quiet race?
Yeah, I had because I was like, what can I say? I was more out the picture with the other guys who were doing two stops. I was just driving my own race. I think in the start, starting 10 laps, I was just passing the slower guys, but then from there on, I was just focusing on my own race. So pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Did you? What was your tire strategy? Did you do a two-stop or a one-stop?
I did a one stop from the soft to the mediums. So that was like,
Ah.
I was very surprised when Silver, you could do a one stop on the super soft to soft. I was like managing my tires all the way to like 10 laps to go. And then I realized, oh shit, he's not gonna pit. Then I tried to pick up the pace, but then it was too late because I knew he had a time penalty, but I just couldn't catch up to the time he had pushed on the supers because he was super quick on not on the supers, on the soft. He was super quick on the second stint, but good race from him.
Yeah, we were discussing quite a lot about Silver's strategy. We were really surprised by it. It was actually creating an awful lot of chat in the stream as well in terms of is he going to go one stop on softs, because it would have meant, and it did mean, he would have to do 21 laps on the softs. So he was massively risking it. But I was watching your deltas between you and Silver, and he was pretty much stretching it by a little bit each lap. So I don't know how he done it, but it was a fantastic drive by him, nonetheless. But I did see at the very end, I think it was maybe the last two laps, you were starting to gain on him again.
Yeah, I think he gained like 1 second or something in the last 3 laps.
I think that was more the fact that he was probably just trying to nurse his car to the finish. But I think you should be, as I said, the Iceman and his result, you should be proud of where you got P2. I think you came on a potentially hectic race. It's an easy track to spin in, and there was a bit of incidents, a bit of action on track, but thankfully you were able to avoid it all.
I think I was in a little battle with the other Force India. What's his name?
Oh yes, Blindevink.
Yeah. I think it was him I was in a little battle with, but I don't know. And I think it was like 4 laps to go, he crashed or something, and I just saw the pink car, and obviously Silver was in the same car as him, so it was just like no fucking way. But then he didn't crash, and it was just the other car.
Yeah, actually, I was running on board with you guys quite a lot, watching the battle. It was a really, really good battle. And I was impressed by both of your driving. I was also impressed with Blindevink's defending. He's been out of racing for a long time, and since he's come back, he's really improved his racecraft. So he really made you work for it, but you got the job done in the end, and you got your P2. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, I just had a little more pace than him. Just had to get past to really show it.
But again, congratulations, man! Second place on the final race. Hopefully you'll be hanging around for the next season on the new game. Good. And I think if you get a few more performances like that, man, and you'll see yourself moving up to tier 1.
Maybe not. We'll see.
No, I think possibly, because a lot of the races I've seen, you've got really good pace and good racecraft as well, and I think that's mainly what I think in most of the leagues that we were in, they look for is the real good, clean racecraft over pace, but you seem to have both. So I reckon you could probably...
Well, I got the P2 in Mons as well, so P2 in the 4 races I think I participated in. It's not that bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good going. We'll keep it up, man, and hopefully hope to commentate on more podium finishes with yourself next season.
Yeah, man. So
they're bound to come.
See you guys.
All right, see you, man. Thanks for your time.
Hey. Yeah, no worries. Hey.
Thanks, man.
I think that concludes this TipsyBob.
What about Blender? Does he not want on?
I couldn't quite gauge, but he's not in of the channel, so I will assume that is a no.
He's on the stream. Mr. Blindervink, do you want an interview? If not, we are calling it a day.
No, hold on. Now he is writing to me in PMs. Blender, just go into the SLR main channel, one of them, and I can drag you in. Really wants this. He wants me to show the clip on stream. You know what? Right.
Yes. It's the position. It's the one whenever he gets 7 places at the start. It was a rather sexy move.
I will.
Although I must make, can I just make warn the viewers, everyone watching, before they show it, Bants,
Go on.
that there is a rainbow road. So viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so what we can do here, I don't know how I would about capture video window. A little bit complicated. Window here.
Maybe
hold on.
I was going to suggest maybe you bring Blendavink in. I'll do my mic talk while you're trying to figure that out.
Although I don't think he. Ah, no, there he is. Okay, there you go. Go, Blind.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Yeah, I now can hear you.
Hello, man.
Hello?
Well, as I was saying on the stream, in the interviews as well as the commentating, I was bigging up some of your defensive driving. I was very much impressed by it. You've obviously been watching the McLaren drivers in 2 SLR.
Yes.
But we see your car sitting in the middle of the track. You DNF. What happened?
Well, basically, I crashed myself out.
Oh,
There was a virtual safety car in like
yes.
29 or something. So I just went for it because I got an orange wing. So I was only defending, not really racing my own pace. So just like keeping the cars behind on a legit way. But yeah, then the virtual safety car came, and then I wanted to go for the pit so I could take the super softs and maybe take place 10 back because I was P10. I placed back to P12. So like maybe if I got the super soft and the new front wing, I could push harder and maybe get a higher position. But then I was pushing so hard that I touched the curb on the first straight, and then I crashed myself out. So
Yeah, Brazil, Interlagos is a track that is pretty unforgiving if you push too hard, especially in the curbs. A bit like Hungary, whenever you touch the inside curb, it can just snap your car around. So that's probably what I'm thinking you're suggesting. What happened? Well, I think Bants might have. Have you got have you got it figured out, Bants, how to show this?
I'm working on
start?
it. I'm like those teachers in school who are trying to get the projector to work at the moment.
kinda.
Unfortunately, they didn't have projectors when I was at school, but they just had the traditional blackboard.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it show me the goddamn browser. It's not doing it. No.
I mean, I got a great start. I mean, I got 7 or 6 places, I don't know, something like that. But like, I don't know if you guys watched me for a while, but I was literally locking up every corner. I don't know if it was because of the front wing damage, but I got so much trouble with oversteering and locking up, and yeah, literally the start was the greatest of the race, for me at least.
Yeah, I was running on board with you quite a lot whenever you were battling Shu, which was a great battle to watch. And I did see you locking up a lot, but I didn't comment on it because I remember once I did comment on someone locking up, and I was informed that it could quite possibly be a spectator bug. For us, it was locking up quite a lot, but as you're saying, it actually was locking up on you.
Yeah, I was actually locking up pretty badly.
So would you support the use of ABS?
Sorry, what did you say?
Would you support the use of ABS?
Oh, no, definitely. No, it's just this track is... I can't drive this track, basically. but you know you have to learn it to don't play with traction control. But like
Yeah.
this is the only track I literally can't play, or can't. It's very hard for me still to play.
We've old Bants just had it and he's lost it now. That Blinder Rig.
No, you
he had
continue
it.
on. I'm trying to figure this out.
But no, you had it there, Bants,
yeah,
because I was
I
going
know,
to
I
ask.
know.
I was going to ask Blinder Rig to give us a running commentary on what he done or how the start, because I've seen it a few times and it's a yeeting start, quite a good start.
Yes, I mean, if you want, I can throw it on now real quick, because this is some real
Yeah.
pro hours.
I also got the crash if you want to.
Ah, okay, hold on, I'm gonna see if I can play this real quick. Can you see that on the screen? Yeah, you can. Hold on. The best I can do for you.
Yeah, that'll do.
That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good.
That's okay.
Je had gezien met mij op China met koude banden staan, dat is niet leuk.
What do you want to tell me what happened or?
Hoe is de race met ons?
Yeah, you can talk us through
Okay, so
what.
I got
Was
a
er niet
really
bij,
great
helaas.
ref on this one. I was really feeling it. I thought the car in front was faster than me, so I touched him a bit. I was really going aggressive here, and I got a bit lucky that those guys were fighting. So I can touch them here, go outside a bit on the curb to, you know, not touch anyone, and then I just got straight in line with the McLaren, and that was actually my start. So I got 6 places, if I'm right. And you can also see that I got yellow front wing damage here to the right.
Yeah.
And it's not on a clip, but like a few. Couple laps later, I got crashed with Lord Keyboard when he wanted to overtake me. So couple laps.
Je had gezien met mij
further.
op China.
Oh, I think that was in Sector 2, wasn't it? When you were going up the hill?
No. First.
Who was
corner,
the race?
actually.
Oh, that must have been another one then I seen.
Oh no.
He locked up and he wanted to go back on the track, and I just ran straight into him, and then it was basically as orange as you can get it. Not red, but like really purple. Purple, orange. So yeah, that basically happened. And I also got my crash, if you want to. And not, yeah, I thought I hit the curb, but I just run a bit wide there.
Sorry, we're just getting a chat on the stream chat. People wanting us to, as Slushy says, wrap it up.
Well, see, the thing is, we've been doing interviews for over half an hour now, so he's probably right. Probably call it here.
Okay.
It is true. I mean, to be fair, everyone who watched the race, has gone, so it's fine. So we're just here for the rest who are interested in this. But yeah, this is
Well,
a long boy interview right here. Anyway, in any case, though, Blindering, you obviously didn't end very well for you, but you did have a good run and some nice defending going on there as well. Any final words from you?
No, not really. It was a nice season. I didn't race a lot because of my work, but it was really nice, all the races I had. So, yeah, looking forward to 2019 game.
Oh yes, and so are we. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here, I think. Thank you very much, Blinder, for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks very much, man.
So, this is it. This is the ending of SLR Tier 2 this season, at the very least. So, yeah.
How did you find Bants, where we've been here since the very beginning of Tier 2, commentating on all the ups and downs of the racing league and seeing some drivers get promoted to top division, some drivers being removed? We've seen all kinds of things, penalties, we've seen incidents, arguments, we've seen fantastic racing. How do you feel at the end of this season of Tier 2?
How do we reflect on?
How do you reflect?
I don't know.
Let me answer my own question, if that's possible, so we can
No,
wrap
we
it up.
can't do that. Sorry, guys. Thanks for what? No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
This was kind of like a random thing for us. We kind of just doing the commentating, especially for me. I said to Chief, outside of online, because I know Chief, in case anybody doesn't know that I would be quite interested in doing a bit of commentating. Didn't really think I would take anything seriously about it, which was kind of reflected in some of the streams that we done. But I like to think that we finished a hell of a lot better. Just you and me personally, we finished a lot better than how we started. And I'm looking forward, hopefully, if we get retained and if the public want us, Season 2 will be just as more exciting and eventful as Season 1.
Indeed. I mean, it all depends on how good the next game is.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, F1 2018. Oi. I mean, I think we can say it now, you know, it's the end of the game. But
Yeah,
that's
but I think...
So, I mean...
Yeah, well, Tier 2 officially ends today, and I don't think it'll be another one in this game. And then, of course, the big one, Saturday, SLR Tier 1, which could be won by at least 3 people, will be wrapped up, and I think that pretty much ends it for this game anyway. So, I think for me anyway, I'll finish off, Bants, to let you get this over with. But it's been a quite enjoyable ride. I enjoyed it. I want to thank Wimpy and Ocean Chief for putting up with us and letting us get away with a lot of stuff we do get away with. But I just want to thank them again for giving this opportunity. Thank everyone for taking part in it, and just thank everybody for watching.
Thanks to you as well.
Well,
being here. We about a lot of things. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here, guys.
Yeah, I think we better call it a day.
Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you for the next SLR race, won't we, in a few days' time. So au revoir, F1 game bad.
Oh, can we just say, Bants, before you go, just really quickly, everyone tune in on Sunday for the 2 SLR race where McLaren, that's me and Bants, clutch the Constructors' Challenge.
You had it here first.